What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. I have to warn you, viewer discretion is advised, because we are featuring Bastiodon today. And I know what you're thinking. Rise, I thought you despised Bastiodon. I thought you hate Bastiodon. Those are strong words, first of all, Clarence. But I'm not a fan of Bastiodon, that is correct. But don't hate the playa, hate the game. And Bastiodon, as much as I tend to dislike the RPS, the rock, paper, scissors nature of it, it's very bulky, it's very strong, and you do need to fear the Bastiodon. So, Manas MP has sent us in Bastiodon footage in the Great League, I think also in a Theme Cup, and we're going to see Mr. Bastiodon in action, see how strong this thing does with these teams. Trev, Pelly, Basti, Pelipper putting in some work here. I think Pelipper is really good right now, by the way. Pelipper, a tremendous safe swap. I feel like there's less charge of bugs we're seeing. Maybe that's not true, but with Whiscash being so common, I feel like there's a little bit less charge of bug. Pelly going for the wing attack down. And look, Pelipper just beat a Registeel. Nasty. Absolutely nasty. Pelipper just putting in absolute work. Getting off the weather ball. Gonna see Talonflame throw a move. You just are totally fine here because you can align your Bastiodon with the Talonflame. Basti comes on in. Oh, Trevor's Trev. Is he going to get to the shadow? No, he settles for Seed Bomb since he was behind. And this is going to do enough chip damage where he's probably fine, yeah. And this is the bulk of Bastiodon, man. Like, Trev might get to another Shadow Ball against Basti. It doesn't matter. He could take 2 Shadow Balls and still win this game. It doesn't matter. Because Bastiodon is ridiculous. Now, if you're a Bastiodon user, I think you need to check your morals a little bit. Ask yourself, is everything okay in my life? Am I using this for toxic reasons? Or do I just enjoy Bastiodon? And if you just enjoy Bastiodon, I can't blame you. I mean, some people like knitting. Some people have their hobbies. Some people like ice fishing. I'm from Wisconsin. I've gotten invited to go ice fishing before, and I couldn't lie. I was just like, you know what, man? I'm just like not particularly interested in sitting out in freezing conditions with a hole in the ice and waiting for fish to potentially catch. It just doesn't interest me. Running Bastiodon doesn't really interest me, but it might interest you, and there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. This wall face just completely farming things down, just being ridiculously bulky. In comes a Whiscash. Whiscash will get a big farm, but oh my gosh, Whiscash has nowhere to go. This is his only place to go. He thinks he's he's doing something positive. Whiscash thinks he's being productive, like he's getting his homework done right now, farming down this Basti, but now he's got nowhere to go. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, nowhere to swim, since you're a fish. Whiscash is kind of adorable. I mean, I know I oftentimes say different Pokemon are adorable. I don't think I've really given Whiscash his props. He's pretty... I would consider Whiscash a pretty cute Pokemon. He's fun looking. Pelipper throws the weather ball. I saw a video recently of a bunch of pelicans like attacking tourists. They were like, the pelicans were like trying to bite people. They're like trying to bite the people, but like the way their beaks are, it doesn't really work like that. They couldn't really harm them too much, but kind of scary. As Charizard takes a weather ball, Bastiodon comes in just to flex. And that is a G to the G. Yeah, I guess when I don't know the last time I featured Bastiodon battles, to be honest. Anybody want to find out? When was the last time we featured a Bastiodon team? It's been a while. So, the casting's a little bit off the rails. We see a negative lead here into the Shadow Sableye. Okay, opposing Bastiodon, but here's where Pelipper's safe swap is kind of busted. Pelipper, I don't think it's going to be able to win this matchup, but it's going to force Bastiodon to throw, potentially. Let's see if it gets to 4 weather balls. I don't know. It looks like he only might get to 3 weather balls here. It'll be close. Might need the damage registration area. Yeah, he's not going to get to, he's not going to get to a 3rd unless potentially it's DRE, but no, I don't think even with that, yeah. So, Basti just gets the full farm down. I think you kind of have to come in with your own Basti here. Oh, wait, what? I don't necessarily agree with this play, unless he's just planning on sacking it. I feel like you come in with Basti because then you just tank the damage and it does nothing. And then you hope they don't have a Basti answer. Another move coming through. Poor little Trev. You're down a shield. You're so low. You probably get a shield back here. Maybe bait. Yep, I kind of like the bait. Let's see if Sableye commits a shield. They do. You swap. What's going to be in the back? They're staying in? Nope. And this is the... This is the unfortunate thing of running Bastiodon, is sometimes you get locked against the counter user and the game is simply over. There was simply nothing he really could have done that game. But that's the choice you make. That's the choice you make when you run Bastiodon. Trev into Gligar. Tough lead. Going to be forced to stay in here because he feels like he doesn't want to swap in his only answer. Like, if he swaps Pelipper and they have a Pelipper answer, that Gligar could be a real menace to his back line. So, feels like he's better off just staying in, sacrificing the Trev. Now going to swap, actually, into Basti. And a Dig, man. Double super effective damage. Really going to hurt. Will we see a shield come up? No. Never shield the Basti. That's rule number 1. Gonna get off the Stone Edge here just to try and threaten a shield or get rid of this Gligar. Gligar being a bit of a nuisance. They shield makes sense. Gonna easily get to... Oh, they actually store the energy. So I don't really understand this play by the opponent. I feel like they would have been better putting on the pressure and throwing another Dig, but they felt like they were better off coming in Credilli. And to be fair, Credilli might get a massive farm down here. I don't know if Credilli can Bullet Seed down. Probably not. But, they can overfarm, that's for sure. Big overfarm from Credilli. They could have even done like 2 more. But Credilli, Rock Slide connects, knocks out. Probably come in Trev. No, Pelly. Interesting. I mean, Rock Slide's going to hurt. So going to shield. This Credilli has so much energy. I feel like they... Why are we grass knotting? Why are we grass knotting? Someone please explain to me in the comments what just happened. Rock Slide. Does some nice damage to Trev. Shields are down. And Trev's got some energy. But Gligar wisely throws the move right away. They had to. And what's the third Pokemon going to be? Is it something that Pelipper can perhaps one-shot with a Hurricane? Maybe up energy. Pelipper can still win this game. Let's see. Gonna go for the Weather Ball here. Get rid of this Gligar. Pelipper has so much energy. So much energy. What's in back? Oh my gosh, it's a Lantern. It's a Lantern. That is a G to the G. I forget. We featured a really toxic team one time before in the channel where we were almost like rooting for the opposition to win every game. I feel a little bit of that here. Nothing against Manas MP18. He sent me lots of footage. We condensed it down to like 30 minutes of a video. That's what this is going to be. And after this video, I'm probably going to need a Bastiodon break. Please don't send me any more Bastiodon submissions unless it's like targeting Bastiodon and focus blasting it with something. We're going to see a Mantine lead. I would have personally liked to see him just swap Pelipper right away here. Ooh, that's not great. Bubble Beam. At least he didn't shield the Bubble Beam, but now double Hurricane probably doesn't even knock out the Azus. That's pretty bad. It's close. We'll probably be better off taking a move here because Pelipper can hang on and get off another Hurricane even without shielding. Play Rough does some big damage. If you could like hard swap before you get farmed down and come in Trev, that would be kind of nice. Oh, wow. Pelipper actually flips switch. Even debuff. That's insane. Yo, Pelipper, what are you eating for breakfast, bro? Come in with the Basti. I would have preferred to see him come in right away, right? His opponent might still be switch locked. He's not switch locked. But waits out the switch timer. Mantine's going to Bubble Beam. Do they have another Bastiodon answer? Let's see. They have a Venusaur. This is kind of scary. This is kind of scary. And you got to consider swapping in Trev. But the problem is if you swap in Trev to clear your debuff and to maybe get off a move, get a shield, you also are giving Venusaur the potential for a Vine Whip down. I wouldn't hate to see the bait here. Yeah, I think this is a good bait because it's really tough for Venu to no-shield this. You get the final shield, and oh man, I don't know if you're going to reach the Shadow Ball. It's going to be so close. he doesn't really know either, because he would have taken 1 damage from the shield and then needed to survive 1 more Vine Whip out of that. After that, shields the Frenzy, makes sense. That's going to do the most damage. And now you're just chilling. Honestly, I would have preferred to see him throw right away against Mantine, but maybe he knows Venu doesn't quite have a move, so he's more comfortable farming all the way down instead. But I think 1 smackdown knocks out the Venu, so if you just knock out Mantine first, you would have not been in Frenzy Plant range. But he feels like Venu doesn't have a move, so he can just farm down, and he made the right call. Opponent's top left and out of there. Rocking a Pikachu suit, rocking the 3D looking glasses. 3D, you know, speaking of 3D glasses, I've been kind of wanting to like go to the movies lately. I've been seeing TikToks show up on my feed. Like, it's okay for young adults to go to the movies by themselves. Maybe I should make a friend to go to the movies with, but I think I'm going to do that one of these days. I think I'm going to go to a movie theater. If there's a movie I want to see. I still haven't seen Oppenheimer. I heard that was pretty good. So maybe I go see that one. Trev versus Venusaur. Trev going to be able to threaten with the Shadow Ball and deal more consistent Shadow Claw damage here. Calls the Frenzy Plant bait. What a gutsy call there. Gonna bait the Seed Bomb. I don't love the bait because I don't think this knocks out if it gets no-shielded. So I don't love the bait there. I think Shadow Ball was the play. Is still going to preserve Switch. Going to shield, farm down. Gets off a Seed Bomb before going down. Now the awkward thing here is, especially if they shield, they don't shield. That's huge. Now they might not even get to Earthquake. Oh, that is massive. Oh, went for a potential catch, but sniped instead. Yikes. This is actually bad. This is bad news, Bears. If you're a Lantern, you just let this go. You spark all the way down. You're going to be able to fire Surf after Surf after Surf against this Bastiodon. I think Bastiodon is in some trouble here. I think Bastiodon is in some trouble. Surf connects. You know, ironically, if he had never swapped the Pelipper, if he had just taken an Icicle Spear on his Bastiodon, might have been able to win this game because Lantern would have been behind energy. Instead, Lantern's way up on energy. So ironically, if Pelly was never brought in, might have had a chance to win that game. Unlucky. Next opponent, who's it gonna be? He does also swap the team at some point in this video, and editor Chris even provided you guys with a second graphic. So we will make that switch when the new team shows up on screen. Trev versus D Nair. I'm just going to go straight Seed Bomb to outpace. Looks like it was a charge attack priority. So opponent was willing to just throw immediately to... Oh, they throw Body Slam? Are they not running Aqua Tail? That's interesting. Go for the Seed Bomb here. It is resisted, but... Okay, they let it go. Pelipper swap. Oh gosh, dude, another Lantern. This is going to be so bad because your Trev's been chipped so much that now the Lantern can actually knock out the Trev with probably a few Sparks plus a Surf. Trev comes in. It's got no energy. It's got no energy. Has to shield. Uh-oh. Has to shield the Trev. Thunderbolt. Okay, at least you shielded a Thunderbolt. That's huge. Because now they might be more willing to let their Lantern go. And if it's a Skarmory in the back, which it very well might be, Shadow D Nair lead, oftentimes paired with like an RPS backline. Skarmory? No. Lickitung, but that's still good. And I think Bastiodon is just going to win this even down a shield. Let's not speak too soon. I think you shield the first, personally. Yeah. I think this is a smart shield, right? It's a full health Bastiodon. They're not going to want to Body Slam bait it. Okay, so Lickitung's going to need to land like 3 Power Whips here to have a chance. 3 Power Whips plus the Lick damage. Oh, man. I just don't think it can do it. I think Bastiodon just is going to land a Stone Edge eventually before Lickitung can do enough. Power Whip does so little. It's so brutal, dude. It's so painful watching Bastiodon, playing Bastiodon. As I talked about, it's a moral decision. It's not, it may be frowned upon to run Bastiodon, but it is not against the rules. It is perfectly legal. And Bastiodon, looking like a menace, smacks on down, beats the Licky comfortably, even down a Protect Shield. And that is a G to the G. Just such a ridiculously bulky Pokemon. ridiculously bulky. There's not very many things that are bulkier, and I think for the level of bulk, it's probably the strongest Pokemon. I don't know if there's anything bulkier than it that's actually better in the Great League, because you've got, of course, things like Chansey, but Chansey just has no... Chansey has, like, no good moves, really. We're going to see the Pelipper swap, and does lure out the Deoxys. Yikes. Unless this opponent has double Bastiodon counters, he lured out the thing that Basti doesn't want to see. He lured out the thing Basti doesn't want to see. Oh, he's actually going to try and flip swap here, which makes sense. Thunderbolt would have one shot. Going to go straight for the Hurricane. No messing around. Straight for the Hurricane. Here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. You know, that reminds me of a story. Oh, what a catch. Likely on a Thunderbolt here. What a catch. Remind me of that story, viewers. Maybe I'll remember it. But now let's focus on the battle. Trev will reach the Shadow Ball here. And you probably get the shield. And then you come in with Basti. And you still saved your... Oh, they let it go. They let it go. Which might give them a chance here. The problem is double Shadow Ball isn't enough. And they threw on bad timing, I think. If I saw that correctly. It looked a little bit weird. Maybe they were desynced. Yeah, double Shadow Ball is not going to be enough. I just don't think Trev has enough health left here to win this one. And also nice combo play here from Manas with the Weather Ball here. Pelipper doing Pelipper things. Yeah, so the story, I went to school with this kid, Brendan, and I remember one day, it was like probably one of the first days of class, maybe like 7th grade. I want to say it was biology, maybe? Some sort of science course. And I remember our teacher was taking attendance, and everyone was saying, here, here, here. Chris here, Anna here, Zach here. And it goes to Brendan, and Brendan goes, here I am, rock you like a hurricane. And I thought it was so funny. I think it was like early in the morning, so everyone else was just kind of like giving him a blank stare, and they didn't think it was funny. I thought it was pretty funny. And he got sent into the hallway. Poor Brendan. I thought it was pretty clever, pretty funny, but the teacher was not having it. Sent him into the hallway. Into the hallway he went. Poor Brendan. But, you know, he was just trying to be himself. He was just trying to have a good time. Provide some entertainment. Trev is going to be able to beat this opposing Bastiodon. Did the opponent keep track of energy? Do they know this is only a seed bomb? They do. Nice counting. Now, what do you come in with? You come in with Basti. They were running Basti, Trev. I was telling my story. I don't know if we saw the third Pokemon or not already. But you'd think it could be like double grass if Basti was their lead. Maybe like a Shadow Victory Bell, potentially. Opposing Trev gets off double Shadow Ball. Goes for the immediate pivot into Pelly. Gets a couple wing attack head start. And there you have it. Rise, oh my god, you're such a genius. How did you know there was a Shadow Victory Bell in the back? You know, Darren, I can't reveal my secrets. Actually, I can, since you guys are nice enough to watch my video. Shadow Vic is like 90% of the time paired with Bastiodon. So that's how I knew. And has a flame. Oh no, Vic's gonna win. Oh no. Leaf Blade's gonna knock out. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. So yeah, would have probably been better off going for the farm down on Trev. And then getting the shield off first and then swapping in Pell. Probably was the correct end game there. GG. Oh, beautiful lead. Trev into Lantern. Mr. Lantern, how do you do? They try to catch. So I don't like this play, personally. I think you save this energy and you just go straight Basti. But getting the shield is kind of nice. But I think you'd... Okay, GG. And that's what happens sometimes. You run the Bastiodon. There's going to be more games with no sort of variation. You either win or you lose because of the Don. Because of the Bastiodon. Also, secondary story. I think the new team is probably going to show up here in a sec. Team 2 graphic. You might notice the IVs are the same. That's because he didn't provide me with the IVs of the other team. So, IVs I just put as the same. He did provide me the IVs with one team. Next opponent. All right, Frostlass in the lead. Safe swap Drapion, met by opposing Bastiodon. And gonna go for the Crunch. You might be wondering why Crunch here, why not Aqua Tail? I think Aqua Tail is probably the play, but you could get lucky with a debuff, which could help. And Crunch isn't like that risky because it actually does more raw damage than Aqua Tail, but Aqua Tail will be more efficient here since it's super effective. What story was I about to get into? Oh yeah, there's a rap song and there's a lyric. I've talked about this on my stream before. I forget the song, but it's a rap song and there's a lyric where it goes like, I don't remember the exact lyric, but I remember it goes like, don't play with mine, you'd be a blank dying. It's like a swear, it's like a B word. It's like a term for someone who doesn't know their like biological parents. We like to keep it PG friendly on the channel. But it sounds like don't play with mine, you'd be a Bastiodon. And I always like when that part comes just because it makes me think of Bastiodon. Like, don't play with mine, you'd be a Bastiodon. And this triggers another memory. And why, Rise, why are you talking about this and not the battles? Because we're seeing a Bastiodon smack down a Frostlass, okay? We know what's gonna happen. Oh, you know what? I did talk about this on the channel one time ago because I remember saying I should make a rap song called Beat the Bastiodon. And we got someone reach out to me and I never followed up. So if somehow anyone, if you're watching this video again, reach out to me. I never took advantage. That was a great idea. Rap song, Beat the Bastiodon. Maybe Rise can release an album this coming summer. Beat the Bastiodon. Man, squandered opportunity. Someone reached out to me that like actually makes music. Like we should collab. Make a song. Beat the Bastiodon. As Toxicroak beats the Sneasler there. Or it wasn't a Sneasler. It was Hizui and Sneasel, I believe. In the Hizui Cup. We're seeing some Hizui Cup action. Was the other team Great League? I feel like the other team was Open Great League. But now we're seeing Hizui Cup. Toxie into Toxie. But this Toxie has a hat. He's looking very dapper. Gonna get off the Mud Bomb. Ooh, nice catch by the opponent. Now here's the thing. Do you even come in with Basti? Okay, you do. But like, I don't love this. Because now you're giving that opposing Toxicroak a million energy. That's going to be difficult for your backline to deal with. So, I mean, I don't know what else you do other than come in Basti, but like this seems like a dangerous plan. He's going to get off the flamethrower. If this lands, I mean, things start to become more manageable. Yeah, okay. Now things are more manageable because this health is getting kind of low and they throw energy. They might have been able to get the full farm. Okay, so things don't look as bad now. Going to have to come in Toxie and shield a Mud Bomb here. But I'm not convinced they even get to a third Mud Bomb before getting countered down. It's going to be close. They probably need to live like 2 counters or so. Mud Bomb gets shielded. Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, baby. It's Empoleon in back. Does he have the double Mud Bomb? If he has the double Mud Bomb, he just wins. But he needs to get off the second Mud Bomb here. Oh, pivots into Drape. This is close. Oh, wow, gonna take the move. Do you bait here? Oh, why not throw... Unless he has the Mud Bomb banked and he's just, like, making this more complex than it needs to be. Yikes. Oh, okay. So he must have had the Mud Bomb banked. I guess I was the only person in the room that didn't know. I thought he might have been 1 short, but I think he must have had it. I don't know if he has it there. I think he's still, like, 1 energy short. So he Mud Bombed right away earlier. Let's do the quick maths. He Mud Bombed right away earlier. So 6. He was at 6. He gets the counter down here. He's at 6. And he does 5. So 42 minus 40 is 2. And then 42, so 44 minus 40 is 4. And then 11, 18, 25, 32, 39. He's at 39 energy. He does not have the double Mud Bomb. And if this Empoleon had simply just not top lefted, I mean, I knew the counts were 6665, but I just kind of wanted to do the math in my head to like confirm it. Yeah, if he doesn't live one waterfall, which I don't think he does, Empoleon would have won this. But Empoleon gave up. He's one counter away, but Empoleon gave up. Oh my gosh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Dude, that'd be like a good YouTube short. I should come back to that for like a YouTube short. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We got like 3 or so more battles in this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been a little bit more casual and fun. Shiny Empoleon swap is met by Basti. Yikes. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Drifbloom's not going to have a fun time here. Shadow Ball does some decent damage. I think if you're the Drifbloom, you consider like throwing the debuff move first, because I think you can, if you throw a debuff move, then you can get to 2 Shadow Balls. But by going straight Shadow Ball, I believe they're only going to get to 2 moves as Bastiodon gets the smackdown. I mean, no matter what, it's still not a great scenario. Plus, if you throw a debuff move, they might just end up throwing their energy to knock you out before you get to the second Shadow Ball. Flamethrower connects. Oh, man. Gets to another Flamethrower. That's brutal. Bastiodon is so brutal, dude. You're just hard punishing things left and right. Don't have to make too many decisions. Just tapping the screen. Oh, yikes, dude. Confusion just chunking through this Toxicroak. You gotta swap here. Should get off at least 1 counter if need be against the Empoleon. Oh, they went for close combat. Wow. I feel like you have to bait there, because now you can simply just go Aqua Tail. If they didn't close combat, you might have had to land a Crunch. But now that they're debuffed, Aqua Tail will be plenty. Just goes for the back-to-back here, and Drapion is so healthy still that it can simply just shield once and land a Crunch. So that is a G to the G. This Empoleon did not top left early. That was a fine top left. Next battle. I think there's 2 remaining. If you guys have enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. Share it with your friends. Share it with that girl, Denise, who've been trying to like start a conversation with. Actually, probably don't. Probably not a good idea. Unless she's like into Pokemon. Otherwise, that'd be kind of weird and random. Another Toximere. And another Toxie with a hat. This time it's a charge attack priority. Wins the charge attack priority with his own Toxicroak. Grabs the shield advantage. I feel like you kind of have to shield here because your backline is so weak to Toxie. You have to at least get rid of it here or do as much damage as possible. They make the catch, which makes sense. Yeah, now I think coming in with Basti is totally fine. Oh, might store a Mud Bomb first? Oh, I kind of like that. Didn't quite store the Mud Bomb, but did some damage. I would have preferred to, like, I don't know. If you come in with Basti right away and you can come out, like, as close to the Flamethrower as possible, that'd be probably more ideal. Oh, yikes, dude. Oh, no, dude. Dude, he's triple weak to Gastrodon. He's triple weak to Gastrodon. How has he not seen a Gastrodon? Everyone in the comments saying, Rise, if I ran this team, I would only see Gastrodon leads. You know? I don't recommend this team. Because solely of this little snail thingy. This little Gastrodon. This is terrible. This is awful. Gets off the Mud Bomb. I don't even know, dude. Kind of needs them to let this go, I guess? Oh, they don't let it go. And that opposing Toxicroak has a Mud Bomb, right? So this is just kind of over. Unless some shenanigans happens. Oh, gosh, dude. Earth Power. Holy cow. Yeah, with the Mud Slap buff, it got there quicker than I was anticipating. GG. Manas MP18. What a character. Manas, if any of my shenanigans poking fun at Bastiodon was upsetting to you, my condolences. We like to tease Bastiodon, but I thank you very much for submitting me all this footage and getting to see the Bastiodon in action. Wall face takes a Shadow Ball to the face, but he doesn't care. He's a Bastiodon. Going to take another one, no problem. And then I would presume the opponent comes back in with Basti to soak all the damage. Flamethrower. Going to connect. We'll easily get to another Flamethrower, and then we'll probably have to get farmed down. But I don't think it's really worth giving up Switch. Honestly, like, I don't know if the other Basti can even farm down before another Flamethrower. Flamethrower, chunking away. I could be wrong, but I feel like the opposing Bastiodon might not be XL. I feel like these Flamethrowers are doing more than I'd expect them to do, but I could be totally just making stuff up. I feel like it does a little more than you'd think it would do. But maybe I'm just being crazy. In comes Cress, and this is just very rock, paper, scissors, as they say. A fitting way to end and to close the video with the Bastiodon. Gonna go straight Crunch here, and Drapion has a very positive matchup against the Cresselia. The only thing you have to be, I guess, a little bit concerned with here is a combo play. Like, they get shields down, they combo play with the Stone Edge. But even so, I think you're chilling. Can afford to take a Moonblast. I actually wasn't even paying attention. Did they Moonblast first, or was it something else? It was Moonblast, okay. Does get the attack drop, but I think Cresselia is low enough where a Crunch would still knock out from this range. And also the spamminess of Drapion allows it to outpace Crest. They do make a beautiful combo play here. Oh, actually gonna let it go. Oh, banks a Crunch. Actually lived the Stone Edge. That's crazy. And now no reason to shield here, in my opinion. You simply counter down. You throw Sludge Bomb. If they shield, you have the Crunch banked. Oh, they don't have any shields. What am I talking about? Sludge Bomb comes through. Bang. Knocks out the Cress. And that is a G to the G. Thank you to Monis MP for the submission. If you guys want to send me some submissions, I'll be cranking out some videos ahead of time tomorrow before I drive to Knoxville, Tennessee. So Wednesday will be a big grinded videos day, and I'll be streaming on Twitch as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, comment down below. All comments help out the YouTube algorithm. And all that said, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.